Good morning, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee at Rosevine Cottage. Take a moment, grab a cup of coffee, invite your friends, and then we're going to dive right in. The Israelites have entered the Promised Land. What they have been praying for, what they and their parents have been dreaming about, is finally in their grasp, but it's not over yet. They're here, but getting here was only part of the problem. Just like they had to go fight some battles in the desert, they now have to fight some more to face. They have some more to face before they are ready to finally settle in the land. Part of God's command was that they had to drive out the people who lived in this land. They had to bring down some strongholds and conquer some things that have been holding them back. They are experiencing the victory, but even as they are celebrating, they are plunged into the next battle. Isn't that how it goes sometimes? From the mountain to the valley with no chance to catch your breath? It would have been easy for them to say, no more, we're done. But they've learned some lessons through the dry seasons and through their parents' failures. They are obedient to follow the Lord's commands to the very last detail. As it's here as Joshua divides the land between the tribes that Caleb again enters our story. The last time we saw him, he was one of the spies that Moses sent to scout out the land. The Bible says that he approaches Joshua and calls to mind the first scouting trip. He reminds Joshua of how he was faithful and followed God wholeheartedly, even when the others told the people it was impossible. He goes on to remind Joshua of a promise that Moses swore to him. The land on which your feet have walked will be your inheritance and that of your children forever, because you have followed the Lord my God wholeheartedly. Joshua 14:9. Compared to the giants of the Old Testament, Caleb's quiet faith can slip through the cracks. Caleb is now 85 years old. Because others' decisions, he's been wandering through the wilderness, clinging to a promise for the last 45 years. That's a long time to wait. In fact, he and Joshua are the only ones left of their generation. He comes to Joshua, and instead of asking for an easy place, he asks for the very land that kept the Israelites in the desert. Just as the Lord promised, he has kept me alive for 45 years. While Israel moved about in the wilderness, so here I am today, 85 years old. I am still as strong today as the day Moses sent me out. I am as vigorous to go out to battle now as I was then. Now give me this hill country that the Lord has promised me that day. You yourself heard that the Anakites were there and their cities were large and fortified, but the Lord helping me, I will drive them out just as he said. Joshua 14:10-12. He could have made an excuse. He could have said he was too old, too tired, or asked for something easier. No one would have blamed him. But he had unfinished business with this hill country. He was still clinging to a promise that the Lord had given him 45 years earlier. The Lord had declared this place his, and he wants nothing less. We often are so quick to beg off of the hard battles we don't think we can win. We're afraid of looking like a fool because everyone said it was impossible. If they told Caleb it was impossible then, can you imagine what they told him this time? This hill country that Caleb is requesting isn't just a hill or a mountain. This isn't just a few small towns. This isn't going to just be difficult. This is the area that turns the entire Israelite army back into the desert to wander for 40 years. Its cities are fortified, which means it won't be easy to conquer, and it's inhabited by giants. Yet he still asks for it. He's still clinging to that promise. Give me the hill country, the fortified place that they said was impossible to conquer. I don't want the easy route. You promised me the land, and you never have given me a reason to doubt you. I don't want the status quo. I don't want to leave what the Lord has declared to me to someone else. This is my battle, and I have unfinished business with this mountain. The Lord has declared this ground mine. He has delivered this mountain into my hands. The victory is already mine. They just don't know it yet. My arms are tired, my head is weary, but my faith is strong, and I'm not out of this fight yet. What is your mountain? What have people spoken defeat over in your life? Maybe it's a dream or a relationship, but you've felt God call you here. Stop listening to their voices. Hunker close to Him, cling to your promises, and echo Caleb's anthem. Give me the hill country. I don't want it easy because you are calling me to more, and you will make the way. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this episode blessed you. Take a moment, share the video, hit the bell icon so you'll get notifications of our next episode, and join us again next week. We'd love to have you. Have a great week.